Baku speaking. Hello dear listeners, you are tuned into Azerbaijan International Radio. We are starting our English broadcast from the capital Baku. We welcome you to our analytic program. I'm your host Elçin Mirzaev. The next region of the European Parliament. The European Parliament, which always displays a double standard approach towards Azerbaijan, continues its campaign of appeasement towards Armenia, neglecting international law, relegating justice to the background, and distorting the truth. These actions become apparent when attention is paid to the recent statement of the European Union-Armenia Parliamentary Partnership Committee. First and foremost, it should be emphasized that the adoption of this statement on the anniversary of the Khojalı massacre exposes the true face of the European Parliament, once again making it clear that this international organization doesn't carry out a legal mission, but on the contrary, tries to grant rights to occupiers, criminals, and even separatists within the framework of its own interests. Why does the European Union, which doesn't make statements about Azerbaijani territories that have been under occupation for nearly 30 years, and doesn't raise its voice in defense of the rights of displaced Azerbaijanis from their native homes, today portrays itself as if it is concerned about Armenia by manipulating it? One of the issues addressed in the aforementioned document concerns Armenians who voluntarily went to Armenia from Karabakh, which also clearly demonstrates its double standards. Even Armenia doesn't call these individuals refugees, revealing different interests behind Europe's desire to play a game. Therefore, organizations or states trying to hinder the formation of peace in the region, such as the European Union, allow speculation on such cases. Why do those who protect the rights of Armenians who have migrated to Armenia from Karabakh not hear the voice of more than 300,000 Azerbaijanis expelled from Armenia? It seems that the issue is only concerned with new concerns arising from new realities and fear of the situation that will form in the region as a result of peace. It should not be surprising that the European Parliament, which doesn't change its nature and adds new statements without any legal force, realizes that Azerbaijan is increasing the international importance of our region with the steps it has taken in recent times. They also realize that the stable situation in the region is attractive. All this doesn't coincide with the interests of the Armenian lobby in Europe and Armenian-oriented circles, as the new balance to be created in the region will be regulated according to Azerbaijan's rules. Azerbaijan will determine the format of economic relations as the most realistic. Azerbaijan Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We demand that France stop its baseless smear campaign against our country. Instead of learning from its failed foreign policy, France is trying to divert public attention from its current predicament by making groundless accusations against our country. We firmly reject the statements made by the French side in this regard. This statement was made by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Aykan Hacezade, in response to a question from the local press regarding the claims of France's Minister for Overseas Territories, Manuel Valls. He stated that, unlike France, Azerbaijan bases its foreign policy and all its actions on the fundamental norms and principles of international law, while France unjustifiably accuses Azerbaijan. It conveniently forgets its own non-democratic actions against various countries and peoples in order to sustain its colonial legacy. However, these actions remain well remembered by all. Given the historical opportunities that have emerged for peace in the South Caucasus, it is enough to look at France's position, as well as its efforts to escalate tensions in the region by arming Armenia, to see who is truly engaged in foreign interference. It is strange that France, which accuses Azerbaijan of ethnic cleansing, was one of the co-chairs of the Minsk process responsible for resolving the former conflict but never condemned Armenia's occupation policy, which led to nearly 1 million Azerbaijanis becoming refugees and internally displaced persons. No, it hypocritically distorts facts for its own interests by claiming that people who voluntarily left Azerbaijan's Karabakh region were subjected to ethnic cleansing. We demand that France put an end to this baseless smear campaign against our country. Dear listeners, thank you for listening. Goodbye.